Hello, welcome to Geuzawazo. My name is Wanjiku Nderi. Have you ever thought about what you would do if you and your spouse put to bed a child who has a disability? Where would you start? What would you really do? We asked you to fill a questionnaire, and one of those questions in the questionnaire was, what would you do if you found out that your child had a disability? And I'll read out some of the answers that you shared with us, and we will discuss them. So one parent said, love and appreciate the child. And this got me thinking about an interview we had a while back where one parent said that you love and appreciate your child. Do not say bad things around your child. And you're assuming that your child doesn't hear or doesn't know what you're saying. Sometimes we underestimate children with disability. We imagine that they do not understand the things they're saying, or they do not pick up on the vibe that we are giving, whether negative or positive. Love them, appreciate them, treat them equally. The things that you would say in the presence of your neurotypical child, let them be those that you would say in the presence of your child who has a disability. Do not assume that they cannot understand or they cannot pick on the things that you're saying. Sawa? Okay. One parent said, seek medical intervention as soon as I notice any signs. So this was a very good answer by my estimation, because it emphasized on the need of early intervention, which is something we are constantly talking about, the need for early intervention. Early intervention simply means seeing the signs of a disability, getting a diagnosis, and starting on therapy as soon as possible. Do not wait 5 years, 6 years, and that you're like, oops, I need to see a speech therapist. Yeah, as soon as you discover that your child has a disability and is showing delay in milestones like speech, walking, you engage a therapist at that point. Yeah, a lot of times it would be nice to start early intervention when the child is not yet 2 years. But then again, sometimes we get late diagnosis, which then means that your early intervention might start after 2 years. But as soon as you see any signs, go to hospital, get a diagnosis, start on intervention. Start with the therapy, and that is what is called early intervention. Another parent said, be a father. That's very nice. Invest heavily in their upbringing to have them grow comfortable and courageous. So this parent is simply saying that they would invest in their child heavily so that they're able to explore their abilities, they're able to live comfortably, be confident in who they are, and even be able to integrate in society, right? And that was a very good answer. The other parent said, accept and love them, assure them that they are equally capable. That was very good. Do my best to raise them to adulthood. I think every parent really does want to raise their kid to adulthood, so that because a lot of times when I attend meetings for parents with children with disability, a lot of their fears are if they're going to be able to see their children into adulthood. Like, a lot of them pray so hard that they're able to raise their child to adulthood. Yeah. And the next parent said, do my best to help them overcome it. Just treat them like any other, just treat them like how I would want to be treated. They're saying, don't do to other people what you would not want to be done to you. Yeah. Another parent said, I do not know, but I would start by equipping myself with the knowledge about the disability and interact with parents and children with the specific disability. Yeah, and this answer is resonated with this month theme for World Down Syndrome Day that is happening next week, and it's called End the Stereotype. Yeah, because once you educate yourself about a disability and you join a community, sometimes you might think that you know something about a disability, and then you go into the community of the people who are living with a disability, or you start educating yourself and you're like, oh, wait a minute, that's not it. There's what I thought I knew, and then there's what I think I know. And when you're equipped with the right information, it becomes easier to take care of someone with a disability. Yeah, because you're going to be more inclusive, you're going to be more understanding, you're going to and the stereotypes. Empower them and have them interact with the world. This was a very good point, because sometimes parents with children with disability might hide their child for various reasons, because you don't think that your child is safe around other people, you are still in a denial phase, or something is just not allowing you to allow your child mingle with the world. Yeah, so own your child, be proud of them, let them come out of the house. Do not keep them in the house and hidden from society. Let them come out, let them interact with the world, let them get to know, to see this other side of the world. Yeah, don't keep them in the house. And by the way, it is illegal to hide your child with a disability. Yeah. These parents gave us so many what they would do: avail more information about the disability, cater for their need from a learning and understanding perspective, create a balanced and conducive environment for them and their siblings, teach and enable them to integrate better in the world. I thought that was really nice. Another parent said, I already have a child with a disability, accept and love them, reach out to the right organizations that understand and can advise on how to go about the condition, gain as much knowledge and education and understand the disability. Try and find as much information online and seek a community. The reason why I've read out all those reasons, all those what they could do, is because there is a similarity, because a lot would seek for information, educate themselves, and then find a community, and which now fosters a sense of belonging, because once you have the right information and you have a community, you learn that you're not on your own. There are other people who are having people with disability. You find people who've been there before, and now they're in another phase, and so they can tell you, when I was at that phase that you are in, this is what I went through and this is how I went about it. Parents will also encourage you when you're in a dilemma of, maybe, should I take my child to a special school? Should I take them into a neurotypical school? So such dilemmas, or certain symptoms or signs that you might feel like you want to ignore as a parent, and someone else will tell you, no, do not ignore, or they'll just, you're able to be guided by people who've been there, but you'll only get it when you join a community. And for those people who are saying they would join a community, that was really impressive. Pray for strength, explore my options. If possible, immigrate to a country that has a record of caring for children with a disability. This was my last point, and it was the last point for a reason. It's loaded. And pray for strength. That statement in itself made me think about the process that parents go when they have a child with a disability. A lot of times, every time when someone is expectant, you are expecting to have a child who is neurotypical, a child who does not have a disability. But then again, for reasons beyond our control, you might end up having a child with a disability. And it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to feel to go through the process of grief, where you're in denial, you're angry, you're accepting, you're bargaining. All those processes, it's okay to go through them. But don't stay there for long. Yeah? Get out of there, because your child needs you, you're your child's caregiver, and explore other options. So like the parents said, they would pray for strength and then explore options. When you're exploring options, this means getting a sure diagnosis, having a sit down with a developmental pediatrician or a doctor who will tell you that because of this disability, these are the therapies that you need to onboard, these are the diets that you need to onboard, this is the lifestyle change that is going to happen, these are the resources that you can look up, these are the health cares that you can visit that are near your neighborhood. Those are the options that you're exploring. Then you also consider how your lifestyle will change. Yeah. And then also, for the point of considering to immigrate to countries that support children with a disability, that's a valid point, because the more developed a country is, the more access to services and the more easier it becomes. So you can see every parent who's the point I've read out had what they would do, like they even responding. I'm sorry about that. So you can see that every individual who responded to that questionnaire had a moment of thinking about what would I really do if I had a child with a disability. Yeah, and I appreciate that everybody took the time to answer the questionnaire. If you would want to answer it, I'll leave the link in the description box so that you can fill it. If you would love to anonymously share your story, just let us know, and in the comment there will also be another link where you can share your story anonymously and we can read it. But I want you to think about that question. What would you do if you had a child with a disability? Let us know in the comment section. There's no right or wrong answer, because there again, it's uncharted territory, and it's a place that probably you're watching and you've never found yourself there, or you've never thought about it. So just let us know. If you also want to answer it anonymously, the link, as I mentioned, is in the description box. Yeah. Until next time, be safe and make good choices, and remember to follow us on our social media platforms.